Well, good evening, it's your buddy Interp 66, and I'm back at the pond, and I've got a problem, a pretty good one. I come out here this evening, and I noticed the water was a little low, so I'm walking around the pond, and I look, and the pressure filter is soaking wet on top, which is never a good thing. And I have noticed a leak, and a good and steady leak, and the ground is soaking wet all around. My little catch tray here is full, and that is a good steady leak. So I have got a major problem here. Don't know what's going on. Just found it. I've kind of washed it for a few minutes. I've wiped off part of the top here to see what's going on. This has been the only filter I've been running now for a few days. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this filter offline and find out what's going on. Maybe it's no more than just a O-ring that is dry rotted, but we're going to find out, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Alright, I'm back. I don't see any cracks in the housing of the pressure filter, but I do see a dirty filter. So I'm going to go ahead and try to clean it. But I'm going to tell you right now, this water is cold. The water temperature right now in the pond's 38 degrees, and it feels every bit of it. I'm going to try to go ahead and clean this filter before it gets dark. Of course, I find it about an hour or so before dark, so I got to hurry up and get this clean. If I can, if not, I'll just have to take it offline tonight. Yeah, well, it's dirty, but that shouldn't matter. I don't know why it's leaking. I'm going to clean it anyway and see if that helps. I don't know what's going on, why it's leaking. I don't see any cracks in the housing, so maybe the cold weather hadn't cracked it. I'm worried about it freezing and cracking the housing, but like I said, I don't see any cracks in it. But not to say it isn't cracked. Maybe there's a hairline crack somewhere I don't see. But I'm going to go ahead and stop running my mouth and try to clean this best I can before dark, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Alright, I'm back. I've got the filter clean best I could for a rush job, considering how cold it is out here, and it is cold. My hands are numb. But I did get it cleaned, and now I'm going to put it back together, and hopefully I got the leak fixed. I'm not optimistic. I'm hoping the housing isn't cracked, but I don't know. Let me get it back together and see if it leaks or not, and we'll go from there. All right, be back with you shortly. Well, I'm back, and I'm not optimistic. Remember what I said to you? Well, I found the problem right here. Right there. Why is it coming out of that top like that? I do not know. And it is getting close to sunset, and I don't want to be out here in the dark doing this. It is cold, and I don't feel like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bad boy offline, which I should have done in the first place. Look at that. I can see why the pond went down 6 inches now, and it could have been doing this for a couple of days. I just haven't had the chance to come out here and look at the pond. I really haven't. I've been kind of busy. Well, one thing, felt good, and I really come out here like I should and checked on it. It's been kind of cold. Plus, when I do come outside, I usually got the dog with me, and it's hard to check on the pond when I got the dog with me. He likes a lot of attention. Well, can't blame the dog. I need to take the time to come out here without the dog, like I did today. Emily came home from school, and I came out here without the dog, and that's how I caught it. I noticed the pond looked a little low. I figured the leak had been kind of bad, but you know, I noticed later the leak hasn't been bad. So when I come out here and I noticed the pond had gone down some, well, in fact, a lot. If you look at it, you notice it's gone down, and lately the pond really hasn't dropped any. I don't know if the leaves down the bottom have sealed the leak. Could have. But anyway, I noticed that it dropped about a good 6 inches. So I noticed all this was wet down here, and I looked on top, all that water, it was leaking from over here. which was a leaking gasket. Maybe, maybe not. You know, thinking about it now, the water running from here, coming from right that top, right there. Coming from the top of that, running down, water fine, yeah. It probably wasn't leaking from that gasket. It probably just looked like it because the way the water was traveling. Now I got to figure out why the water's coming out of the top of this. It's an overflow, but I cleaned the filter. I figured, well, maybe the pond, maybe the filter, excuse me. I was looking at the goldfish pond, and guess what? Looks like the pressure filter on the goldfish pond is leaking. Great. Oh, it's just the glory of pond keeping. Yes, everybody says, oh, we love your ponds. I love my ponds too. But when I have to come out here when it's cold, and now look out here and there's leaks, leak after leak after leak, and you don't feel like fiddling with it, but you have to. Yeah, that's when the glory of pond keeping really really sets in. So keep that in mind when you want a pond, that it's an investment, not just in money and stuff, but it's an investment of time. And it'll test your patience as well. I'm sitting there looking at that leak on that goldfish pond right now. Let's back and look at that. Oh, really? It just dripped. The drip just went away. Well, anyway, I got a drip on that filter as well now. Great. But yeah, the glories of pond keeping. So now, before it gets dark, I got to stop running my mouth. I got to take this offline, and it's too late to really set up another one tonight. So overnight, yeah, this time of year, it ain't going to hurt not to have a filter going. It won't. I could probably keep a filter off this pond now until the water temperature gets up in the 50s probably. Wouldn't hurt nothing. Of course, I like aeration. I like air in the water. I like to stir things up. The fish like it too. So what I'm going to do is take this offline before it gets too dark. Probably set the biostep to 10 or one of them tomorrow. I'm not going to tear this back down again tonight. I'm going to take it offline. Probably dump the water out so the water doesn't freeze in the pot, because you don't want the water to freeze in the pot, then you will have a crack in it, and then it's ruined. And I think I paid about $170, $180 for this filter. And no, I don't want to destroy it. Then I got to figure out why it's leaking out of the top of that and try to fix the problem. If I can, I'll do the best I can what I got to work with. I think I can one way or another. But what a pain in the butt. Then I got to figure out why that filter's now leaking too. Well, it's such a slow leak. I'm not going to worry about that tonight. I am tired and frustrated. And look at that, you can see where the water levels dropped. It was up to here the other day. You can see where the water level's gone down, and all these little doohickeys are stuck right there on that little lip, and there's water going down. Yeah, well, we're supposed to get some more rain this weekend, so that'll give us more water. I don't really want to add any water from the well right now. Let nature fill it up. We've been getting plenty of rain lately, so let nature fill it up. If not, I'll fill it up with the well. But anyway, there you go. Always keep an eye on your pond. Usually I'm out here every day at least once or so, but lately I haven't really felt like it. Plus it's hard to do with little Wesson. He likes to walk around the yard, but not around the pond. Thank goodness he doesn't like to go around the pond, because that always kind of worries me, dogs around ponds. But he stays away from the pond. He has no interest in this pond, not one bit. In fact, he doesn't like me to even walk around the pond, which kind of aggravates me because I don't catch stuff like this. Plus, I enjoy sitting in that chair right there and looking at the pond, which he has no desire for me to sit in that chair and look at this pond at all. But when the weather gets nice, he's going to go on the chain, and I'm going to come out here and sit and enjoy my pond. Well, I got to stop running my mouth. I got work to do. So with that, have a great evening, and thank you very much for watching.